Hello people, so today we will be discussing another movie which is Detective D and the Four Heavenly Kings. If you guys don't know what it is, it's basically a Chinese movie. It's a Chinese movie and it's the first time I will be reviewing a Chinese movie on this channel. So if you want more Chinese movies, be sure to comment down below to let me know, or just like this video or something. First of all, I just want to say that the movie was pretty well done. I think the director is Xu Ke. Can't really remember his name. I think he's a Hong Kong director, if I'm not wrong. You guys can check it out. He's got his picture here. Yeah, handsome guy. Just want to share a few pointers why I thought that this movie was great. The first one, the story was amazing. It was a very interesting story. It was very captivating. And it just kept us entertained and on our toes the whole way, because we had no idea where it's gonna go. It's not like a superhero movie where you know who's gonna win and who's gonna die, or who's gonna get kicked in the ass. But this one you really don't know what's gonna happen. In all honesty, this story was a great story because the villains had the upper hand against the heroes, and this is pretty rare in a lot of movies, man. But in this particular movie, the villain has the upper hand. It's like an anime kind of movie where you feel like the character, the hero, can never beat the villain, but somehow he manages to beat the villain. The second great point about the movie that I would like to bring up is how the characters were being developed in the movie. I think it was very interesting, particularly a few of there's not just one protagonist, there are a few protagonists. I think they did a pretty good job with developing their characters and advancing the story as well. Yeah, it's almost like reading a comic from an anime or something. Like you can really feel like the emotions inside, and like you can really get into the character and understand how they are feeling, understand their motives, and at the end of the day they become so-called quote-unquote a better person overall. The third great point about this movie, which also has to tie in with the first one, is that the villain was kept in suspense for the first half of the movie. We have no idea who the villain was, and it was we had to keep guessing. It was like a guessing game. Like it could be that guy, it could be this guy, it could be that girl, it could be this girl. It was all over the place. We have no idea, and that kept us on our toes, and that made us curious, which was also the reason why this movie had a good story overall, because it just kept us in suspense all the way. And for the second half of the movie, even when the villain is known, you see that the villain has the upper hand against all the other protagonists, and that kept us curious and on our toes all the way. And that's what's good about this movie. The fourth great point about this movie is that the villain's motives were very clear and very relatable. You can understand why the villain wanted to do like bad or evil things. It's because he had some beef with the Imperial Dynasty a long time ago, since I think childhood or something. You gotta watch the movie to find out. I'm not gonna tell you anything more, because any other things that I'm gonna tell you is just basically spoiler, and you guys will not like it, and you guys will chop my head off, and I don't want that to happen. Fifth great point about the movie, I thought the ending was genius, man. It was just great. The reason why I can't really tell you, because I can't really tell you what happened at the end, because it's a massive, major spoiler. But all I'm gonna say is, I think they made the ending was very well done, because at the end of the day, everybody learned their lesson. It was not a straightforward ending. It was a kind of like a redeeming / lesson learned kind of ending, which is pretty rare and pretty special. Not many movie has like a redemption / lesson learned kind of ending, except maybe Inception, except maybe Wolf of Wall Street, except maybe Interstellar. These movies, they have very good endings because they have like a lesson at the end. Like it's not a straightforward kind of thing. It's like at the end, like there's a big revelation or lesson learned or something to take home. You get what I mean? Point number 6 as to why the movie was great. It was action packed the whole way, man. There weren't any points in the movie where you felt like you were gonna sleep, or you were like just super tired, or you were gonna close your eyes. There aren't any like periods within the movie for you to take a breather. It's just action all the way, just fighting, talking. Even the talking is interesting. The reason why I say this is because this show, Detective D, basically Detective D is like the Sherlock Holmes of ancient China. So when the dialogue is happening, he's basically sharing ideas and sharing his opinions with his colleagues or some other people. And what you see there, the dialogue is super interesting because like they have a lot of pointers and a lot of observations and stuff like that. So it's quite action-packed, man. Like this whole movie. If you like action, if you like mystery, if you like historical stuff, if you like culture, you should definitely watch this movie because it's just everything in one whole package. Really, it's that good. And the seventh point that I would like to bring out is how the CGI in this movie is very, very good. The computer graphics and all that animation, wow man, it's amazing. If you guys don't know what I mean, basically if you watch the trailer, you will realize that there are like monsters within the movie. I know it's a bit weird, it's like a detective story, but there are monsters. Don't worry, in this movie you'll find out why. I can't really tell you why because it's gonna be a spoiler. But anyway, there are monsters and there is like a lot of CGI inside, a lot of computer graphics. And they did a good job with it, man. Like seriously, wonderful job to the Chinese animation team. Man, you know, these animations are on par with like Western standards, man. Don't think China is behind on animation and CGI. They're like catching up, man, or they're like almost like on the same footing as their Western counterparts. And man, respect. As a Chinese, this is my respect. 中国万岁! And the eighth point that I would like to mention is overall, this movie is a great blend of history, of culture, of animation, of CGI, all these, and of course action, all these into just one single package. And if you guys like every single one of these damn things, you should check out this movie, like seriously, because it has everything that you need and it's really good. Really good. From the bottom of my heart, I think it's good. I know some of you guys might be thinking, why is there like CGI in like a historical movie where it's like there's not supposed to be any like mythical stuff inside. I know it's a detective movie, it can be a little bit strange, but trust me, the CGI is crucial to the story and it actually aids in the whole storytelling of this whole movie. So don't doubt the production team, they did this for a reason. As to what reason, as to why they are doing this, doing all these animations and stuff like that, you'll only be able to find out during the movie, because if I tell you guys now, it's basically a spoiler. Okay, so even though I say a lot of good things about this movie, there is actually one negative point that I would like to bring up. So basically, to give you guys some context, this movie is like the third installation of like this series of Detective D movies, D Ren Jie movies. So the first one is this one, where Andy Lau, who is also called Liu Dehua, that's his Chinese name, he basically starred in this one and he was the detective. He was Detective D, he was playing Detective D. This was the first one. And then afterwards they had the second movie, which is called The Rise of the Sea Dragon. Basically they had all the same actors from this third movie in the second movie. And apparently, the weird thing is this, okay? The second movie took place before the first movie. It was a prequel. You see the cast over here is basically similar to the current one, which is the third movie. Comparing the cast here and here, you can check it out. So basically it's the same cast, but both of them are prequels to the first movie. That's the weird part. So that being said, I didn't realize that this movie, the second one, actually existed, but I found out that the third one was in cinemas right now. So I went to watch the third one, and then without watching the second one, I had no idea what's going on. I was like, when the beginning started, I was like, whoa, what's this? Who's that? What's that? What's this? Who's what? Where's what? Why Gamora? Basically, I was just confused. I had no idea what's going on. But afterwards, because the intro is like basically very content heavy, they will throw a lot of stuff at you. But after the intro, everything smooths out. Like you get to know, you get to understand everything that is going on. Everything is built on the intro, the introduction of the movie. But I was still a bit confused, and I guess that would be like the negative point I will have to mention for this particular movie. Okay, so if you guys are planning to watch all of the Detective D movies, you might want to start from the second movie, which is like the first in chronological order within the movie, the cinematic universe of Detective D. So you might want to watch the second one, and then the third one, and then the first one. Yeah, if that makes any sense. It might be clearer for you to understand. Okay guys, so that will be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this movie review. Oh wait, I almost forgot. So basically, if you watch all the way to the end for this third movie, the Direntier number 3, Detective D3, which is in cinemas right now, if you watch it all the way until the end, be sure to watch the credits too, because there's like a mid-credit scene where, like, you know, when the credits are rolling and then halfway there's something like a scene over there. Afterwards there'll be another, you know, the whole bunch of credits rolling down. You might want to stay for that. But according to my memory, I think you don't have to stay for the entire stretch of credits, because there won't be any end credit scene. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more, you know, Chinese movie reviews, just, you know, smash the like button and comment down below. Or if you guys have any Chinese movies in particular for me to review, just drop them down in the comments, or just message me on Twitter or Instagram. As you can see, the links are there. Anyway, yeah, just do it, man. Come on, I like Chinese movies, I'm not gonna lie. Although I don't do them as much because there doesn't seem to be a demand for that. But hey man, I'm down for it, like for sure. Even Indian movies as well, even Bollywood movies, I'm down to review that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching. This is Lord of Thought. Goodbye and peace out. So the first one is this one, where Andy Lau, which is also called, shit, I forgot his Chinese name, shit.